Welcome everybody, this is another update on OddAlerts. This is the new leagues page where you can check out league stats, upcoming fixtures, and much more to come as well. So you get to this page by clicking on the menu item, and then you've got the leagues button here. You've also got player stats, which is available for everybody now, free users or pro. This is what you'll see when you click on the leagues page. It's pretty simple at the moment. It does what it says on the tin. You can view all of the leagues by country, or you can just look at the next 12 hours to get a feeling for what's coming up in the day. And let's check out the A-League. So once you head to a league page, you'll see a list of teams at first, and then you can switch between the players, the referees, and there's a consistent kind of UI which lets you filter for the data, and it ranks by whichever stat you choose. So you can see here we're looking at teams, and by default it's showing us who has scored the most goals. Now if we wanted to just see who scored the most goals away from home, we can change that, and again it's still Melbourne City. Who's failed to score the most? It's Perth. And you can see what happens here. When you hover over a team, it will highlight the next opponent. So you can see as you go down the table, you get to see essentially the next game. So this is why it's quite interesting, because the top two in terms of failing to score are playing each other next. And if you look here, there is quite a lot of stats for you to dig your teeth into. Really kind of every single stat you would need. Corners, cards per half, occurrences, it's all there. And if you're not quite sure, or you would rather sort of go to these predefined pages, so if you know you're looking at card stats, or you want to look at BTTS or goals, then you can just click on these individual pages. If we click on cards, it's going to take us to this page where all of the teams are ranked by stats, and you can just go through and have a look. And there's dividers in this page that break up the page, and you can jump to a certain section as well. So you might just want to see who has the most first half cards, and you can do that. It's Newcastle Jets. And then once you're in this section, it kind of just makes sense. The stats go in order, if you will. You got first half cards 4 per game, against per game. So it's quite easy to follow if you are researching a certain market. It should flow for you. I know there's a lot of data, but I mean that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, I try and make it as easy to navigate as possible. If we go back to the A-League, you've got players, which again it's gonna rank the players by the default stat, which in this case is scored. We could look at fouls won. We could look at successful dribbles. It's really quick, just loads for you. If you want to look at a bit more detail, you can open the player stats page. I'll just open that in a new tab, and that will load the player stats page so that you can get a bit more detail, and you can just look at the fixture list so that it will merge the two teams together. And again, you've got the same stats, and you can also export from this page and sort the tables and just do a little bit more, because this is obviously the player stats page, so it's a bit more geared towards just player stats in general. Then you've got the refs. So for the referees, you can see the refs that are highlighted. That means they've got a game coming up in the system, and if you click on that game, it'll actually just show you the game, and then you can go to the full fixture, check out the card markets. So this is the start of a few improvements to referees as well. In the future, when you click on this, it'll go to a referee profile. Just designing those at the moment. And then you've got the fixtures tab. Pretty simple stuff. Again, more to come here, but it's just doing a job at the moment. It will allow you to look through the fixtures, and what's new as well is if you click on an old fixture, it's going to actually bring up the frozen stats in this little preview. Previously, it was just bringing up the current stats. And if you want to check out a game, it's going to show you, it's just going to show you the preview again for the fixture. So yeah, that's not new, but it's it's included in this new page. And finally, the table, which is a very boring league table. Again, you know, in the future this will be sortable, possibly. You can essentially, this is your league table, isn't it? Because you can look at points here, and then you could look at win percentage as well if you wanted to just get a gauge for who's performing well. And as I say, in the future, you'll be able to have the last 5, 10, 25 in here, which again will make things pretty interesting. Essentially, it'd be a little bit of a form table, although that was going to be a separate page here as well. Yeah, so that is the league pages on OddAlerts. It's the first version of it. Interested to see how people use it. I think you've just been sort of filtering per fixture, haven't you, up until now? But now that you've got a place where you can check out stats on a league level, that'll be pretty good. And as I say, you can expect to see more stats around the league. So right now it's team stats, isn't it? But what about all of these stats for the league? So how many times has BTTS landed in the A-League in the first half, second half? How many times has there been a first half goal? So you can look at things on a league level. I'm not saying you should make bets on a league level. Of course, every team is different. Every fixture has different variants. But it's interesting to know, and certainly worth spotting those trends. There's certainly leagues around the world that have more goals than others. There's no doubt about that. You know, look at the football in Egypt compared to the football in Holland, and the differences in goals is insane. Is it better defending? Is it worse defending in Holland? Who knows? But that's where the research starts. So enjoy this update, and look forward to your feedback in Discord. I've already got some great feedback that I'm going to be working through. So stay tuned to the league pages, and enjoy.